So I came to you after a decade, at least, of investigation, thorough investigation, air alert from air alert to the 7 posture and the work of Kadruziani. I was looking for the answer, no matter who, no matter what, no matter how. I was looking for an answer of why did my body was so painful when I was practicing my sport.
Which areas?
So my left hip, it was from 2010. So 13 years ago, I had like an edema in the bone, and they told me you will be never squatting again. So I tried everything from plyometric to halterophilia to strength training. So it was left hip and a lot also of ankle problems. And I was able to mitigate a little bit with yoga, physical therapy, but I was having a deep calling from the inside that something wasn't clear, wasn't clear for me, you know, that was something was left, and was something big, like an elephant in the room. I wanted to reconquer my youth again. I felt like they stole my youth from me because of a lot of practitioners who tells you this is a problem when they're not, from ignorance, maybe they're not sure about it. So I wanted to do your training because it was the only thing I haven't tried, and what I was hearing was making sense. It's not pretty from the outside. I mean, like, you know, you're not doing some crazy stuff, but it seemed like hard and promising.
I see. So what did you what was your body like before when you had the hip issue, when you play sports?
So my body was very muscular, very stiff, and zero athleticism. Like it was, everything was an effort. So I had to stretch hours after each, and then I left. I quit. I knew that it wasn't smart to keep on doing something that my body told me it's not good for you. So I basically that's what I did. I was stiff, muscular. I wasn't athletic. I was heavy on the court. I wasn't quick. I wasn't how do you say, my body wasn't responsive.
And every time that you play basketball, and when you play basketball, what happens to your, do you feel anything in the hip?
So the hip flexors were killing me. The hip. So I can tell you, I was with my kid who is just right here doing his homework, and I had it on my back, and we were on a track, and I had to go behind a fence, and it was like the time I said, okay, stop, and I did like this, and I had like it's maybe a nerve, a pinching nerve, I don't know what, but like an electric charge. And then after that, for weeks, each time I was doing my shoes, you know, putting my shoes on, like, you know, like some electric discharge. This was 2015, 16, 17. I got better, but, you know, I couldn't squat. Each time I was squatting with like 40 kilos, 2 days after, left hip tightness, very tight, very tight.
Right. And how is the condition now?
So now my body is changing every day, every week. I never get the same responses, so it's flowing. So first, my left hip now is more mobile in the couch stretch position, for instance. than my right hip. And for the pigeon stretch, for instance, when I stretch it, I can get to the same level of the right hip, the same level of flexibility within 2 or 3 minutes, which for me is unthinkable. So now my left hip is no more concern. For me today, I can say my left hip is not a concern anymore.
Great. It's been such a long time, but the problem finally resolved, and it's also within our time period. When did you start to see, okay, yeah, this is working for me? When did you start seeing it during this program? What was this journey like?
Okay, so I started before we started first week. I was already doing what I could think about doing, like the 3HFT exercises.
Yeah, so basics.
Basics. And when I started with you, it increasingly changed. And I would say in August, I start feeling the change when I did the trekking. So I was trekking on the mountain, and I was not feeling my hip, and I was feeling like I could push and push. So that's when I made a record on Strava, second on thousands of people without even trying. I mean, I didn't see the record. I did it by myself with a Polar H10, and then I asked my brother, where does my time ranks? And he said, you're second. The funny thing is, the first one was 9 seconds above me, so I was like first, you know.
Right. For which mountain?
So it was in the Alps. It's in the southern part of the Alps. It's called 𝒂𝒑.
𝒂𝒑 in the southern Alps in France.
In France, exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was week. We started 14th of July. It was week 4. But so it got really quick. It was really quick for me, and so changes week 4, which was very early.
Wow, very good. And that was surprising. Anything else that you saw that you didn't expect to happen to your body?
Yes. So flexibility, low back. My low back was better because I'm an ATG coach, and I was training weightlifting before with ATG method. So I bulletproof my back, but now it's not bulletproof. Now it's my back. Now it's my lower back. It's part of my body. So it doesn't complain at all. So when I stretch the hamstrings, for anyone who really stretch the hamstrings, when you're afraid of your lower back, you cannot stretch the hamstrings. And now, so flexibility, stress management. So I had a car accident yesterday. I didn't even, sweat, nothing. I was very composed, very human. The guy was stupid, but I was trying to be compassionate. I was compassionate with him. So this, when I do backward sled now, I feel like my glutes are the only thing that are really working. What else? Also, I feel like I have a better sense. I feel like it's my body again. I don't know how I can explain it, but I feel more integrated. My mind is more integrated with my body, so I don't have to think about shooting when I shoot, about going up when I. And 4 things. The last and not the least is I'm definitely more bouncy, and you don't have to jump when I get up on the stairs. When sometimes I have to run to pick up something because I'm late. I feel like I'm springy, I feel like my feet. So yes, this is pretty much it. So which is great for me.
Right. Perfect. And talk about the elevated tau curls. What do you feel before and what do you feel now?
So when I started doing the elevated tau curls, I really remember the first time when we did the one-on-one assessment. It was hard at the very first seconds, like it was hard only to squeeze. I didn't have that much control, and all the rest of my body was numb. So it was only like I cannot move my toes.
Right.
But now when I do it, my mind is in my glutes, and I feel like my glutes, they inflate during the exercise. So as I explained to you like half an hour before, in my glutes, so I'm quite muscular, you know. Before training, I was doing like very strong dips and weighted dips, and so I'm strong, okay? But my glutes here, they had a hole in the part of the medius,
right,
maximus gluteus. But now it's getting rounder and rounder. Sorry, but I don't recognize my my ass, so to say.
So it's changing for the better.
It's changing. It's changing. The change is slow and steady, but it's definitely steady, and it's not coming back.
Right. Well, that's what we want, because we want to get over the cycle.
Exactly. We want to. I've already seen that I'm out of this cycle of pain where I thought I had the answer. And then I don't know, I squat or I'm gonna play basketball, or even playing with my kid. He's 8 years old, and I play just for fun, you know, not even trying. And the day after, my hip is in pain. It's not normal. So definitely I'm out of it. And I thank you really deeply so much.
You're welcome. Yes. I'm same here. I mean, it's great that you know, that you recognize that this potential of working with a fascia with a connected tissue of the body, because many people, they're still stuck in that, yeah, let me lift as heavy as I can. But you have already, you know, look beyond what the mainstream is telling you. Very happy to bring you the results. So in your own words, how would you explain this training to a 5-year-old if you need to?
Okay, to a 5-year-old, I would explain it like this. I would explain him, look, in the universe is very, very wide. We don't understand the universe. So because we don't understand it, we have to say for 95% of it, it's gray and it's dark energy and dark matter. So the same thing is true for physical fitness and performance. So like really fascia training is the dark energy and the dark matter, because it always annoyed me that the physicians even say dark energy, dark matter, because what they're supposed to say is we don't know. Thanks to you and the few who are working on this field, but clinically, thanks to you, now we can say that what was missing is the thing that we don't see, but that exists. I would say that as a conclusion to this 5-year-old, I would say, like, I don't know if you know the book The Little Prince from Saint-Exupéry. They say the essential is invisible to the eye. So this what I would explain. If you want to train properly, you have to put your eyes on what seemingly is invisible, but we can, thanks to you and few of the guys you're working with, now we can say, yes, we know what it is. It's fascia.